I'm here today with Haaris Khan and his trainer Lee Selby. Haaris, after your win tonight, how are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling great now. Relieved that it's done.
And Lee, what did you make of Haaris's performance? It's obviously his third fight, his third win now. Is he coming along as you'd expect, as you'd want him to be?
Yeah, it was a good performance against a giant of a man in Sniedze, who had 100% KO ratio in all his wins. He'd had a few losses to go with it, but only with British prospects.
And Haaris, you're a tall fighter, you're a technical fighter, you're a very talented fighter. You're yet to get a finish in your career. Is that something you look for, or is it more about getting the rounds in and putting in good performances at this stage?
Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't mind a highlight reel knockout, but I definitely don't look for it. If it comes, it comes. And I think for myself, it'll suit me as the rounds go further on. I'm happy to do 6-rounders now, even 8-rounders. I'm happy for that to do that. And I think that's where my stoppages will come, and that'll suit me.
And what sort of things do you work on, after fights? Do you pick apart your fighters' performances too much, or is it more about building them up and telling them what they're doing right?
I'm more critical than praise. Like even in the ring after the fight, I'm telling him what he did wrong rather than congratulating him, praising him what he did right. But I think that type of criticism will only improve him.
And having Lee in your corner, having training with him, regularly all the time, Lee's done it before. He's done it with Chris, done it from the bottom to the top, all the way. Does that give you, the pride and the inspiration that you can do that because there's someone so close to you that's done it already?
100%. Like, honestly, I couldn't agree more with what you just said then. Like, being around him and and Lee being able to tell me what he's done, what it's like going to these shows, and what the world level is like, I just try and get as much information off him as possible.
And Lee, I've spoken to Chris, I've spoken to Tony about yourself, and the one thing that echoes true is hard work. Hard work was what got you where you got to. Do you see that hard work in Haaris, and does he have that drive that would lead him to be able to get to the very top?
When I was boxing, I was fanatical about boxing. That's all I ate, drank, and just thought, live boxing. That was my life. That come first, my priority. And I see the same sort of work ethic in Haaris Khan. He puts in the work. He's always keen to ask questions. Every time he comes to the gym, he got a new question. What do you think about this? Will this shot work? And it's refreshing to hear. And Haaris, you're a super middleweight yourself. We've got Mark Davis has just fought earlier today. We've obviously got a big Welsh title fight on the end as well. Will you be paying a little bit more attention to those fights than maybe some of the others, as they might be, somewhere down the line for you?
Yeah, of course, I keep an eye, but all I can do is focus on myself and be the best version of myself, and whoever they put in front of me, then I'll just have to face that when I get there, innit?
And Lee, the Welsh title, it's a title that always brings a good fight, always brings a lot of pride for the Welsh boys. Is that on the plans for Haaris? Get that Welsh title first and then build it naturally from there?
That's it. I'll have close eyes on the main event, Ethan George v Ryan Pocock. I know both guys. I trained in the gym with them, and I'd like to see Haaris get another 1 or 2 wins and then challenge the winner.
And you've had 3 4-rounders now. Is a 6-rounder on the cards, very soon? Is that the next step in building up towards, or is it a couple more fights at 4 before you maybe move on to the 6th?
Well, I would have been happy to do a 6 today, and but it's up to Chris. And when the shows are announced, I just do the rounds that I'm told to do.
That's brilliant. Thank you. All the best, and I wish you all the luck. Cheers, bub.